Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, California Weather Watch. Today's June 24th, and right now we're looking at the visible satellite imagery here, and you can see, if you look closely, some of those low clouds along the immediate coastline. Persistent north wind and northwest wind is pretty typical this time of year along the entire coast of California there. And if you look closely, you can kind of see that some of the signal of the troughing around here, some of this upper level clouds moving by. Might have some thunderstorms across the Sierra Nevada again today, and some in Northern California. Should be kind of a rinse and repeat thing as we go over the next few days, and a bit of a system kind of moving across the region. We'll show you too. It kind of might enhance some of the precipitation across the Sierras and on in through Nevada here, on in through early next week. We'll look at that in some detail. We'll also take a look at the extended forecast as always and see what kind of temperatures we can expect across California and some of the outlying areas. This is looking again, I posted this yesterday. This is an Australian model here that shows a pretty strong El Nino rolling in here, folks. This is like a very strong El Nino, actually. So kind of crazy to see that here. But if you see the European, a little bit more tame. But again, this was issued June 1st. Another one is coming July 1st here. It'll be interesting to see what the model trends for as far as temperatures coming. But pretty good agreement. We may be headed towards a strong El Nino coming up. Now, this is looking at the CFS, and it backed off a little bit on some of the temperatures we might expect, but still has us going into strong El Nino territory as well. This is Saturday, June 24th, most updated one. Actually trended upwards just a hair as I updated it this morning. This is looking at triple digit heat Friday and Saturday. Look at this. Merced, 102. You can see some of these temperatures really warming up across some of the valley areas and the desert areas. You want some of that relief, get up to the higher terrain or out to the coastline there and try to get under some of that marine layer out there. But you know where to go if you want to get the heat across some of the valley there. This is for Friday and Saturday. So this is for today here. This was issued yesterday by the National Weather Service, Hanford. This is isolated thunderstorm potential across northern and the Sierra Nevadas here across California. And you can see the most likely time frame, as per usual, about 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Lightning, brief heavy rain, small hail, gusty wind, some dangerous lightning out there as well. And this is also the potential for some thunderstorms here, Eureka, California. They just put out this hazardous weather outlook there, and they're talking about these isolated scattered thunderstorms here. Deadly cloud to ground lightning possible, locally heavy rain, small hail, gusty winds are possible. So, and this could all go all the way through next week as well. And I'll show you the models on that information here in a moment as well. In Phoenix, Arizona, kind of talking about some hot temperatures here coming up. It usually is the hottest time of the year for Arizona before the monsoon season starts to set in here. Now, this is looking at dynamic tropopause potential temperature, and you can see the huge heat dome out over Texas here. And the result, we've got this troughing here across the west coast of North America here, and that's keeping things from getting too hot here. But then as we look off into the extended, we may have some changes coming in here. As you can see, that troughing kind of goes away, and we start to change the pattern a bit here for the west coast in North America, at least for California anyway, as we look in towards the 10-day time frame. Again, it's a bit out there, so we're just kind of watching it at this point, but some of the extended forecasts are starting to point towards the above average conditions possibly coming for California. Now, this is looking at the European model here over the next few days, and you can see as we go through the afternoon hours that thunderstorm potential across some in Northern California, some of the coastal range there, and the Sierra Nevada, kind of rinse and repeat here. Sunday afternoon, something similar there. Monday afternoon, something similar there. But then watch what happens as we go on in through early Tuesday morning. You see a little stream of precipitation across the area here and impinging on some of the areas across some of Nevada. Might even include Tonopah, Nevada there, or some of those towns across the region there. Got kind of an upper level low moving across the area, so that might enhance some precipitation as we go through Tuesday morning across some of Nevada, maybe in the Sierra Nevadas there. But again, you see by Tuesday afternoon the thunderstorms redevelop there across the Sierra Nevada. This is looking at the upper levels of the atmosphere, 500 millibars, 18,000 feet, and you can kind of see that troughing hanging off the coastline there, and then you'll see that little feature move across Nevada there as you go through the day Tuesday. That's what would be causing that area of precipitation across the state there. So have that in the back of your mind across Nevada. This is 80-meter wind speed, again, with persistent winds out of the north and the northwest. And if you ever been out to the coastline, you see some of those trees that have been sculpted by that north wind most of the year as this continues to drive down the coastline and keeps that marine layer usually pretty close to the California coastline there until you start to get some of those offshore events. This is looking at accumulated max 10-meter wind gust here as you go through 60 hours. Some of the higher terrain of Southern California, some of the deserts could get some gusty winds, but nothing too crazy. But you see that persistent nature of those north winds coming down the southern Oregon and northern California coastline there. This is looking at total precipitation in inches over the next 90 days, and you can see that kind of highlighting the Sierra Nevada, some in northern California, and that little weak system that's going to move across Nevada there. But it doesn't take much to cause some flooding concerns across Nevada also, and you can see some areas getting up over a half, maybe an inch of rain as that comes across the region there. Would be associated with some thunderstorms as well. This is 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. You can see it does include California, much of the west coast there into the bullseye, and 8 to 14 day as well. So it looks like we may be trending warmer here as we go on in through early July. This is the drought monitor here, and you can't ask for a better map really for California, especially with all the extreme and exceptional drought we had late last year. So just some abnormally dry and some moderate drought across some portions. But yeah, we will definitely take it here. As you can see, much of the state is drought free, and the reservoirs are doing quite well here. Enjoy it while you can. If you remember last year just how low most of these reservoirs are, then you can see the big ones like Shasta and Oroville are up towards 100% of their total capacity, well above historical average. This is looking at snow water content. Let's actually change that to the entire state there, and you can see averaging about 5.3. Still a decent amount of water trapped up in the snowpack up there, and at this time of year it's usually just about gone. But you can see the rapid decline, as it's pretty typical here for this time of year. And you can see that record snowpack we had way back, if you look back into April at some of that snowpack across the Sierra Nevada, just pretty extreme. But anyway, yeah, we'll continue to watch this day by day. We'll watch that system come across Tuesday. We'll look at that a little bit closer tomorrow and see what the models continue to say about that. We'll look at the high resolution models as we get closer to that as well. And yeah, I know some of you guys are looking forward to the warm up out there. Hopefully it can include some of the coastal areas. I know you kind of been chilly across on the immediate coastlines there with that marine layer being pretty persistent. That June gloom has been no joke. So anyway, hope you guys are liking these videos. Leave some comments down below. The comments have been coming in. They're very positive. You know, you guys make this channel possible. So let me know what you guys want me to talk about, or what you want to hear about, or any ideas. I'll take those into account, and we'll do this again tomorrow or the next day, and I'll see you guys then.